Hello YouTube, my name is Brian and you're on Nufangld. Today I'm going to be talking about the Oculus Quest 2. It's a very aggressively priced headset, and I think that most of the people who had been looking at VR from the periphery will be considering it for this holiday season, whether it's for themselves or for a loved one. If you have any questions lingering after you watch this video, go ahead and leave them in the comments below and I'll be sure to answer them. This is going to be a somewhat longer video, so I will have a table of contents of sorts in the video comments, and I'll have it pinned to the top, so you'll be able to jump around if you need to. Starting with the price, as I said, it's aggressively priced at only $299 for the base model of 64 gigabytes. And then there's the $399 option for 256 gigabytes of storage. And I actually think that the 256 gigabyte option is the one that you should prefer if you are looking for an Oculus Quest for a long-term game system. But if you're looking at it primarily as a way to play something like Beat Saber or just a very limited number of titles, then the $300 entry price is ridiculously good. It's so low that I don't think that it's actually competing with any other VR headsets at this point. It's in its own category by being standalone, and it's also got all of the top features that you would expect from even a $1,000 headset, aside from bad audio, which I'll get to later. And it's better than some headsets which don't come with built-in audio at all. So getting into the unboxing experience, when you open up the package, you'll be greeted with the headset itself, 2 controllers, a glasses spacer, which honestly doesn't add much space, so I don't know who it will be most effective for. And then the charging brick and power cable are inside of a box. There are 2 AA's included in the controllers. You just have to remove the plastic tabs. Then you will need to have your smartphone handy. You'll need to download the Oculus app from the App Store or from the Google Play Store. And you will need to make a Facebook account if you don't already have one. If you don't already have a Facebook account, I recommend you go ahead and create one. Add some family members. They crack down on fake Facebook accounts a lot, so you'll want to definitely make sure that you use your real information if you're building one for your Oculus account. Now, there has been a lot of contention around the requirement of a Facebook account, but honestly, to me, it's the same as their most likely competitor this holiday season, which would be a console with online play. If you play Xbox Live or PlayStation Online, you'll need to have accounts with their parent companies. So for Microsoft owning the Xbox Live platform, they require you to have a Microsoft account to play online. And I think that that's going to be the way that it works for most content. If you have a Nintendo Switch, you have to have a Nintendo account in order to play online. Where this might cause some hiccups is that with consoles, you can generally play those offline using discs. And this is a VR headset that doesn't have discs. They've been re-releasing the same single-player experience for Skyrim for 9 years, so I don't really think people are playing games right now that don't require online connectivity. Digging into the internals of the headset, the screens are amazing. When I put on the headset for the first time, I just immediately started navigating the quick start menus. But I've put on so many headsets at this point that I know the first thing that I normally do when I put on a brand new headset is start fiddling with the fit. I start moving it around, trying to find a sweet spot. I mess with the IPD. But with this headset, the visuals were so crisp that I forgot to at first. I didn't realize that the text was just crystal clear immediately. There wasn't any blur in the middle. There wasn't any trying to find a sweet spot at first. Once I got used to it, I did realize that it could be even better. But honestly, it's the same for me as a natural experience. It's as though I was looking at a computer screen. And that brings up that I've actually looked at my computer screens through the headset. Using an application called Virtual Desktop, you can wirelessly connect to your PC inside of your Oculus Quest and use it just like you would any computer. And looking at my screen in the Quest 2, it looked just like I was sitting inside this chair, less than a couple of feet away from the screen. By the way, those are 2 screens behind me, not a window, so if that fooled you, go ahead and leave this video a like. Yeah, it's just as though I was sitting in this chair looking at those screens. They were crystal clear. I could see the time in the bottom right corner. I could read all the text in my web browser. Honestly, the only thing that I'm missing at this point is a tactile keyboard. Hopefully some investigations can go in on how to do virtual text input in the future. But for now, just the fact that I can look at a screen and it be as though I'm sitting in a chair in front of a real screen is mind-blowing. And for only $299, I don't understand how they're able to do it. it is one LCD panel this time rather than two separate screens, one per eye. And that's allowed them to reduce the cost a little bit. It is a higher resolution, so you get about 4K between your two eyes. It is a little bit of an odd resolution because they are using parts of a full screen. The IPD adjustment, which is being able to shift the lenses side to side, is restricted. So there's only 3 notches for IPD, and those are 58 millimeters, 63 millimeters, and 68 millimeters. For the most part, they found that one of those will work for the average person, but there are going to be some out there who that's not good enough for, and that's unfortunate. I do wish that they put in a continuous dial like they have in the past. Funnily enough, it turns out if you put it in between a setting, like you force it in between a setting, it actually has the software built in and the ability to detect that it's not fully separated. So it will actually adjust it for that in-between size. So hopefully next time they will put in a continual slider again or some other way to adjust it. Comfort is something that did take a small dive from the original Quest in one aspect, and that's the actual head strap, but it went up because it's lighter. So the head strap comes stock on the Quest 2 is now an elastic strap, much like the original HTC Vive strap. Nobody really liked it. It ended up causing HTC to release a Vive Deluxe audio strap, which was much more rigid and comfortable. Oddly enough, if you look at the Oculus Quest 2 standing on top of my computer behind me, it's actually got that HTC Vive Deluxe audio strap on there. Because it has integrated headphones, you can 3D print adapters to connect that audio strap to a Quest 2, and it works really well. That said, there is a first-party option called the Elite strap, which also is fairly comfortable. I think it's more comfortable than any other stock strap that I've used, but it doesn't come in with better audio than the stock Quest 2 audio. And to me, the stock audio on the Quest 2 is unusable. But that's because I have a Valve Index and it has the best built-in audio of any headset, period. It has speakers that sit off your ears rather than having headphones that clamp to your ears or speakers that project towards your ears from the front. And these speakers have a full range of depth and bass, and they're amazing. But the stopgap for that is the Deluxe audio strap. Hopefully someday the Quest will have a premium option to have a new audio solution for it that sounds just as good as something like the Valve Index. But until then, the Vive Deluxe audio strap or even just the Elite strap are great alternatives to the stock strap on the Quest 2. Also taking a small dive in the comfort department is the facial interface. That's the foam that actually touches your face. The material on this one feels a lot cheaper than the Quest 1's foam, and it almost feels like a cheap pair of headphones, the ones that are hard plastic that have a small piece of foam over the air cup. I don't think it will last particularly long, although I have no grounds to say that yet. I do think that it's good that they came right out and offered a VR cover alternative, which uses pleather rather than an exposed foam material, so it doesn't absorb sweat or anything. I've already ordered one, but it is slightly delayed, so I'll be putting up a review on that when it gets in to let you know how I feel about the VR cover facial interface. As far as the rest of the comfort experience goes, it's good. It's lighter than the Quest 1. I think it's very comfortable to wear for extended periods of time. Battery life is only 2 hours. Again, it's the same as the Quest 1. And that's not because the battery isn't better, it's because it has much more processing horsepower and much more screen resolution, so more pixels to pump power into. So while it has a better battery, it has more power draw, and so it equals out to about the same. That said, in addition to the Elite strap that they offer an Elite strap with a battery pack in the back, which apparently makes it even more comfortable and extends the playtime up to I believe 6 hours. Now let's get into the software experience. When you put on the Quest, you're greeted with a startup guide. Once you run through that, hook up your account using your phone, you'll then realize that when you put it on in a new location, or even sometimes in the same location, it will ask you to set up your Guardian. That's so it knows where you are. You can set it up. It gives you pass-through cameras so that you can see your surroundings as you set it up, and you just draw it around you. And that's so that if you go near that barrier, it will tell you that you're about to hit a wall or leave your safe zone. You can also use a standing boundary so that it's just around you. That's useful if you're sitting in a chair or something. Overall, the Guardian experience is very great. Software for the Oculus platform has always been top-notch. I would say it's always been the best. While Steam VR has gotten better over time, it's still not quite reached the threshold of ease of use that Oculus provides. particularly with these standalone headsets where it's just all built in and you can set it up while wearing it, no problem. In addition, you can hook the Quest 2 up to a PC, just like you could the original Quest, using a USB-C cable, and play PC VR content wired to your PC. This experience is called Oculus Link, and for the most part, it provides a very comparable experience to a tethered PC VR headset. I did find the wireless PC VR experience to be very good. Using that virtual desktop application that I spoke of earlier, you can actually sideload in a patch that lets you play PC VR content wirelessly over your Wi-Fi network on your Oculus Quest 2. This is fantastic. Once you've done it, it's just, you put it on and you can instantly connect to your computer if it's on, and then it gives you a list of your PC VR library. I wouldn't use it for games that have super fast movement like Beat Saber because the latency is noticeable. That latency will vary greatly based on your Wi-Fi network. So if you have an older Wi-Fi network, it might be unplayable. If you have a fantastic Wi-Fi network or even a Wi-Fi 6 router, it might be just as good as wired PC VR. So if you're watching this video, you've had the chance to watch plenty of other reviews. I imagine if you're watching this video, you're debating buying one strongly. You're on the fence and you're looking for that reason to either not go for it or to go for it. And I'm just gonna straight up tell you, if you've watched this entire video, you should buy the Oculus Quest 2. It's going to give you everything you want from it and probably more. And you are so close to buying it that you've watched this however many minute video of me rambling about it. Yes, the Quest 2 is totally worth your money. And while there is some credibility to the debate on whether a Facebook account should be tied to your VR content, as long as you are okay with that or semi-okay with it, I think that it's worth going ahead and taking that plunge. In the interest of full disclosure, this review was made with everything purchased by myself. Nothing was given to me for review. Nobody has paid me for my words. They are all my own opinion. That said, there are some affiliate links in the description below for everything that's been featured in this video, and those will give this channel a small kickback if you make purchases through them. It doesn't even matter what you purchase, so I have no reason to suggest specific products, just that they're there. And I don't need anything to go into my pocket. Everything that you buy and give towards this channel will go straight back into it. So it's greatly appreciated. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please leave it a like. And if you really liked the content, please give this channel a subscription. Since this is a new channel, I'm looking for any recommendations that you can give in the comments below for products to review or styles to change up or just basically anything. Also, if you just want to drop down and say hi in the comments, I'll wave back to you. If you're looking for another super niche video, I made this video reviewing the vertical GPU kit for the Lian Li Lancool 2 case. Totally unrelated to VR, but given that there's a lot of new graphics cards coming out, you might be looking for a new case or for a way to show off that graphics card in your already existing case, and that might be a cool video for you to watch. So thank you very much for watching. You have a wonderful day.